Andrea says, thanks for the affiliate marketing tips, Bradley. You're welcome. Jim says, one more quick question for SM or anyone else on here. Does anyone on here buy the annual OMG Machines package? It rings in at 5K, so it's not for everyone. Is the information worth the cost? Something that can be implemented into an SM strategy? Thanks. I do not. I was a member of OMG when that's how I got introduced to Network Empire. It was back in like 2012 to 2013. So for 1 year, I was in OMG. And then I got introduced to Network Empire at the OMG live event. I think it was their first one. It might have been their second one. But Network Empire was there, and that was where I kind of took the Syndication Academy at the time. It was, we called them IFTTT SEO Academy, and then kind of learned how to really power that up. And so, and part of the reason I got away from OMG stuff, and I'm not talking bad about anybody else out there, guys, that's not what this is about, but I got away from OMG stuff because it was mostly, at least back then, I haven't been a member for several years, but it was mostly about PBN stuff, like how to go out and buy really powerful domains and build PBNs and not create footprints and all that kind of stuff. And that works. That did work a lot better, but we found methods that I didn't like the whole PBN thing. I got tired of building private blog networks, or and building sites and trying to hide footprints, and it became more and more difficult and less effective without going through all of the, in other words, unless you went through all of the trouble on how to find really powerful domains that were relevant, and then how to set them up properly without footprints and all that kind of stuff, then they weren't as effective. If you did all those things right, then they could be really effective. But I found it become increasingly difficult. So I stopped doing PBN stuff and worked more on content syndication and the kind of stuff that I felt like was more long-term and more sustainable, which is why I went with going more the Network Empire route. And then we developed out our own products and our own stuff, RYS Academy being one of them, right? And local PR Pro and local GMB Pro and all of these own methods that we've developed on our own that don't have absolutely nothing to do with PBNs. Nothing. Guys, we rarely even talk about external link building because we don't need to do it very often, right? And when I do now, I primarily just use press releases as my external link building method. So my point is, I don't personally, Jim, I wouldn't spend 5K on it, but that's just because we use our own methods, our own proprietary methods that tend to get us results without needing private PBNs. And again, I don't know that that's what they're about anymore, guys. I'm just telling you that that's why I got away from it. So, Jim, if anybody else wants to comment on that on the page, that's I'm certainly open to having people comment on what their thoughts are on there, guys. But please keep it civil. We're not here to pick fights with anybody. Don't start none, won't be none. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't have enough information to tell them one way or the other, and I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't say, yeah, go spend 5K, or no, don't spend 5K. What I will tell you is, as Bradley said, back in the day, that's what was done, that's what worked, and you did it, and you moved on to the next and the next. Then came Network Empire, of course. Becker, we met inside one of his masterminds. So there's a bunch of information out there. But what I can tell you is that we did our own flavor. We did our own thing. If I need a PBN, I build a G site and a drive stack.
That's it.
And I add power to the G site and the drive stack. And I push all of that power the way that we teach it. Local PR Pro, local GMB Pro, local Lease Pro, the RYS Academy Reloaded. I mean, if you're not in RYS Academy Reloaded, I don't know why.
Yeah,
you're not in there.
Yep. So there you go.